Okay, the next step. Step one, state board rules and regulations. Google your state board rules and regulations because they're different in each state. Now we're going to step two. This is number two. Number two, we need to have our business plan. And we have a completed business plan in our back office. And I'm going to go to that business plan, which is right here. This is the only thing pretty much that we have separate from the two programs, the bronze and gold. The bronze and gold program both have everything from A to Z that you need. Some people are not ready for the program, so they just want a business plan so they can submit that to the bank or different investors, or they just want to have the business plan done before they even invest in anything real big. What I like about the school business plan, we have a video training that talks about the business plan, takes you through every step of the business plan. We actually got 3 videos that cover everything from A to Z. Okay. Now, with this school business plan, what I like about it, it's already done for you. All that you have to do is copy, cut, and paste, fill in the blank. So I'm going to show you actually how the business plan looks. I'm going to show you what's in the business plan just so you can see. So let's click on the business plan, and we have a private discount link. If y'all just need the business plan and that's it, and you're not ready to join the program, you can always DM Millionaire Barber on Instagram or email millionairebarber@gmail.com and say, hey, I need the private discount link. I think it's $197 instead of just purchasing it for $500. So let's pull a business plan up. All right, so I'm gonna make this larger so you can actually see it. The great thing about the business plan, you just click the button and you download it to your computer, and it's copy, cut, and paste, fill in the blank. It is a 35-page business plan, step by step. In the beginning, here's a checklist. It's over 100-point checklist for you to check and know before you even open your school. It talks about, hey, the rent, utilities, equipment, leasehold improvements. Everybody is going to have different numbers. Your rent is not going to be the same as everybody else's. Everybody is going to be different. Your equipment costs, that's going to be different. Your light bill, water bill. So you want to put the make-believe numbers in just so you will have a bird's eye view of how much stuff is going to cost. It talks about failure factors. So you can go through all of these checks. It even tells you about learning about your competition. Check them out in your city to see how much their tuition is. Get their catalog, call and make believe like you're going to be a student and ask questions. See if they have a night class. They may not have a night class. Well, that's an advantage. You may want to have a night class. Find out their prices. You may want to undercut their prices. So after you've gone through this business plan, it talks about the location checklist. I mean, this is very thorough. It's very detailed. Before you even sign a lease on the building, it has everything. Do a walkthrough. Make sure it has the correct electrical power. Make sure it's got enough parking, sufficient heating and lighting. Check that HVAC unit out. It may be on its last leg, about to die out, and you rent this building, and then it goes out, and you may be responsible for replacing a commercial unit. And you know those commercial units, they run you $5,000 or higher. So this is very detailed. This business plan is going to prevent you from making a bunch of costly and timely mistakes. All right, we're going down. So that's just the checklist. Now we get off into the business plan. You just put your name in here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because you understand this business plan, how important it is. It's easy to follow, fill in the blank. I'm going to go to the very end. It even have job descriptions. You may start out being the janitor, the theory instructor, practical floor instructor like I was, but let's go to the end. Another thing that's great about this business plan, you can plug and play your numbers. Look, operating expenses. You may be the only employee. You may not be on the payroll. That might be zero for you because you're going to be cutting your client's hair still at your school. You're going to transition from the shop to the school and cut all your clients' hair in there. And while you're doing that, You're going to have a student in there in case state board comes in. You're just doing a demonstration. So your rent, supplies, marketing, lights, accounting, financial aid services, you're not going to need that right now. You won't need the accreditation part right now because you can't apply for accreditation until you've been open for like 18 months. So some of these expenses you won't even have. You can add up all those expenses. Now, if we go up here, let's see. It has a marketing plan. Your marketing plan may be marketing through social media. And we have a marketing plan that shows you how to market for $5 a day. Target market on Instagram, Facebook, which is very good. Financials. How do we come up with this number? You may have 10 students and your tuition is 10,000. So that would be 100,000 right there. Based on clinic services, this was 2,000 a week. You may have 1,000 a week. These numbers are just examples. On your clinic floor, you may cut, $1,000 worth of heads or do $1,000 worth of hairstyles. So that would be probably about 50,000 right here because you're going to be closed about 2 weeks, during Christmas, Thanksgiving. Retail, you may sell $1,000 a week. So that'd be like 50,000. You would add these numbers up and you would come up with that number. Then you would do your expenses. Pretty much almost the same expenses of running the shop. Okay. Add those numbers up and then you can put your expenses minus how much money you're going to bring in, and that'll let you know your net income. Now, great thing about this. Here it is, plug and play. Startup costs. Startup costs are different from monthly expenses. Startup is your first and last month's rent, your equipment, classroom, office equipment. If it needs any plumbing, electrical, any structural needs, those are your startup expenses. Rent. When I started, I didn't have no 6 months rent and savings. I had zero, but I was operating off of faith. I knew I had clients and I was going to bring them from the shop so I'd still be able to make money. Okay, so now that's the business plan. That's step 2. After you've done the business plan, guess what? Now we're ready for our next step. So let's talk about step 3. So we've gone through 2 steps. This is very simple. All right, so let's stop this because this is going to be a training. And